So today, from overwhelm to empowerment, how to thrive in life and work. I'm talking about thriving a lot at the moment, and I guess it's probably worth sharing how I view that, what I think that's all about, thriving. I think it's, to me, it used to look like thriving was about how much money you had in the bank and what car you had and what, all sorts of other things outside. And also that it looked like this elusive thing of never really feeling anything. So I'm a bit squinty today because I've been sat in the sun and forgot my sunglasses. This idea that life should be free from feelings, I guess, free from the emotional ups and downs, free from humanness. And for a long time, that was what I was seeking. I was seeking this lack of feelings, maybe this inner peace, as if it could be there all the time. And that was such a battle. It was such a battle. It involved a lot of time. It involved a lot of feeling absolutely terrible about myself. And I guess it as I often tell in my story, it kind of, this seeking of that seeking of a nice feeling in the outside world began so young in my life. I really do think before middle school, I went to middle school in the UK when I was 9, and I remember then being very aware of being in competition with one particular girl for achievement or academic prowess, I guess you might call it. And that went on through my academic career and into my actual career in education. And that's what at first, that was where I thought, that you were thriving. If you're kind of handling all of that in a really determined way. I had a one-to-one today with a lady, just in a networking event, and she was talking about how she'd hurt a knee. She actually fractured a knee on holiday, and how she kept going because she was on holiday and she just kept going. And despite it swelling up, despite the pain, she just kept going. And I think that's something that I see amongst the women that I work with, is this sense of just, if I just do it enough, if I do it long enough, I do it hard enough, if I do enough of it, I'll get there. And that goes from, for me, that went from the outside world, if I just get to the next stage of my career, if I just get the next thing, if I just get to the next promotion, and then that, when I got to the accolade that I thought I wanted, the kind of top of the tree in terms of educational leadership in headship, then suddenly just noticing that hole was still there, it hadn't gone away, despite me arriving at this elusive place I thought I wanted to be. And how my spiral into burnout came very quickly on the heels of that. And I think that is often what happens is, women in our generation, that they do get to some accolade, probably in their 40s or 50s. For me, I was 44. Was I 44 when I burnt out? 9 years ago. So I was 44 when I burnt out. And I had reached the top of my game, and I think a lot of women burn out then because they're at the top of their game. And, I'm just holding the microphone here so you can actually hear me, because it's suddenly gone very, very windy. Try and turn away from the wind. Perhaps you can hear me better if I go that way. And my hair will just blow my face, but we can cope with that, can't we? And for me, that that meant that then I kind of started looking outside of work. Well, if it's not work that's going to do it, there must be something out there that I'm missing. So I'll go out and do lots of social things and lots of activities and lots of dating online, and lots of salsa dancing, and just every night I was out doing something, and the other nights I was ferrying the kids about for them to do things, doing all the time. And then after burnout, during my recovery, it was this, I can get it if I do enough meditation, I do enough reading of self-development books, if I do enough work on myself, if I do enough therapy, if I do enough poking around in the past, I'll get to this point where I'm finally feeling okay. And that's not what I'm talking about when I talk about thriving. For me, it is something very different. It's this sense that it's there inside, it's starting to see that we have a lot of thoughts, and those thoughts pretty much all of the time lead us away from healthy stuff, lead us away from this feeling of well-being, cover it over, I guess you might say, and that our emotions are not something to be controlled or manipulated or dealt with, and that really emotional resilience comes from this place of seeing all of that energy moving around our body in a very, very different way. And for me, thriving as well is about authenticity. It's about, responding rather than reacting. It's about being in that place of flow. It's about, having boundaries, absolutely, in our lives, putting boundaries in place so that we don't keep saying yes to things that are just beyond our physical capacity, because at the end of the day, we do have one of those. For a long time, I just thought I was invincible. I could just carry on and carry on and carry on. But we can't. There are consequences to carrying on and carrying on and carrying on. And those consequences are exhaustion and burnout, which is, of course, what happened to me. So I just wanted to just explore this, because to me, this thriving, it is, from the inside out, is a very, very different thing. A very, very different thing. And it's why I've chosen this word to name my programs now. And the first program that I'm exploring at the moment is called Gateway to Thriving, which is just a 6-week exploration of thriving and what that's going to mean for somebody, a kind of Gen X woman who's very busy, got a lot of plates spinning, a lot of balls in the air. Maybe you recognise that for yourself. Maybe you realise that it's just all feeling a little bit out of kilter, in the sense that you're doing lots of things, you've got lots of things in place, your life from the outside looks really great, people would look at it and go, wow, your life's amazing, and you probably would have looked at that life a few years ago and gone, yeah, this is how I know I've made it, this is how I know I'm going to be happy when I get here. And now you're there, and it's like there's just this hole inside, this emptiness. You don't feel like you're thriving, you don't feel like you've made it, you just probably feel a little bit lost and a little bit empty. And I want you to know that can transform without you needing to give it all up. Maybe that's what you feel like. You feel like, geez, I can't carry on like this, enough's enough kind of thing. And it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be that way. You can still have all those things, but not have your well-being entangled with them, which I think is really a very different way to look at it. So I'm going to get inside now, because it's quite chilly actually. Now I've stopped walking. I'm one of these people who heats up really fast when I'm walking, get really hot and sweaty, and then the minute I stop, my body sort of just shuts down and temperature drops very rapidly. So I'm going to head back towards my house. Beautiful day though, very, very autumn feeling now, definitely. We're definitely heading our way in to autumn, so I'm going to go back to my office. You know how to get hold of me. My website is claredownham.com. It's below the video somewhere. Drop me a line if you are interested in finding out more about thriving and you'd like to experience it in your life, because I don't think anybody needs to live a life, no matter what your circumstances. I don't think anybody needs to live a life without it. Wow, I've never had things like that before. And hopefully you heard that, because the wind, of course, did a great big noisy blow just as I was speaking. So thank you so much for watching this video. Sending so much love to all of you. I hope you're having a good day. Take care. Lots of love.